Welcome to today's part. This is part 10. There's a high likelihood you're either an African or you believe in God for you to be seeing this video. This video is made just for you. The purpose of this is so you can put your attention where the real truth about mankind is. But you'll be learning some new things today. One of them is that the slavery of the children of Israel in Egypt was not 400 years. It was less than that. Second, the Israelites did not cross the Red Sea. Next, you learn also the difference between Midbar, which means mouth or wilderness, and Yeshimon, which means the desert. Okay, the next, when the scripture says dragon, it's not talking about an imaginary creature. It's referring to a jackal. Then finally, the humorous one, you learn why Nigerians and Africans say things twice, like small, yahoo, yahoo, pata, pata, follow, follow. Everything now double. Okay, so let's jump into it.
We have the record in the Bible that tells about the Israelites going into Egypt and living there for 430 years.
But if you do the math, you'll find that this is not mathematically possible. You see, Moses was 80 years old when they left Egypt, his father Amram lived to 137, his father Kohath lived to 133, and Kohath was one of the 66 persons who went with Jacob down into Egypt. Now let's just stretch this out as much as we possibly can. Let's assume that Kohath was a newborn baby when he arrived in Egypt. Let's assume that Amram was born the year that his father died, and let's assume that Moses was born the year that his father died. So take 133 plus 137 plus 80, and that equals 350, which means that the amount of time the Israelites were in Egypt could have been no longer than 350 years maximum.
The Israelites did not cross the Red Sea. What they crossed was the Sea of Reeds, Yom Suf. But when she could no longer hide him, she took for him an ark by the bulrushes and daubed it with asphalt and pitch and put the child and laid it in the reeds, Pasuf. Okay, in the Suf. Okay, that's the reeds or the rushes. The reeds by the bank of Hayor. Okay, and this river is the river Nile, the stream of the Nile. So the Nile is the sea of reeds, is the water body, is the Yom Suf. Now this requires a lot more attention, but pay attention please. How did they divide the waters? By an east wind, okay? If the technology you want to apply to divide a sea is by a strong east wind, is the wind going to come this way, facing the people that are trying to enter that water body or that sea, or the strong wind is going to come this way in the same direction of the walking of the people? The wind should go in the same direction. So as the wind is going, the water is being divided as it goes in the same direction as the people are traveling. They're crossing not from west to east, but it is a strong east wind, okay, going from the east to the west. So they cross the Nile from the east to the west into the continent. Or when you check the word wilderness, even from the etymology, it is wilderness. A wilderness is not a desert, it's a different thing. Wilderness is a wilderness. In other words, it's the wilds, it's the woods where you have wild animals. So in other words, when you are in the wilderness, it says it's going to make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Look at the word for desert, Yeshimon. And it's a wasteland. Why are they always trying to make a desert look like a wilderness? Why? Now let's look at this beast, dragon. Just to honor me, the beast of the fields, the jackals. So why do Nigerians repeat words twice? This is because it's a Hebrew thing to repeat words like that. Exodus 23:29. Little by little I'll drive them out before you. From the word katan, that's the Hebrew word for little, for small. The Hausa word for little is kadan. You tell them, oh, gently, you tell kadan kadan, or little. You say, do you speak Hausa? You say, oh, kadan kadan, that is, I speak it just little by little. It's T here in Hebrew. In Hausa it is D. Kadan. That's very interesting.